Restream. It's
Yeah.
nice.
Do you prefer that one over StreamYard or?
That's the only one I've tried, but it works nice.
Yeah, they're pretty much all the same, right? So
Yeah.
yeah. So what's up? What's up, YouTube? Essing here. I'm here with Digital Nomad Riley Bennett. This is a big
Yes,
guest for me.
sir.
Yeah. This is a big guest for me because this is a guy who I watched a lot of as I was, on my digital nomad journey myself,
Hell
and we're
yeah.
gonna get more into that and how our paths sort of like are similar and how they diverge as well, and what your opinions are on things. And yeah, man, I'm excited to pick your brain and get to know who you are really and understand a bit more about you, bro. So
Fuck
where you
yeah,
at
let's
right
do
now?
it.
Yeah, man, where are you at right now? Tell me
Uh
about.
yeah, Thailand, Phuket, home base. So beautiful day
Yeah.
out here.
Yeah. Have you so for the people that don't know, tell people about what you sort of do on YouTube and your sort of businesses and stuff as well.
Shit. Um well, I started in the Amazon game and
Yeah.
still am. And so my main thing is the Amazon agency. And so we
Right.
manage stores for companies, for brands, manage and grow their stores. So that's my main thing, full blown agency life.
Digital
Um,
marketing.
and so yeah, and then obviously my YouTube channel sharing
Yeah.
about nomad life. So
And the digital marketing agency came first, right? Or was it the YouTube?
nah, agency was I just started
That
that
came
about
out
4 years
first.
ago. But
Yeah.
about 8 years ago, I started my own physical product business.
Yeah.
Um, Actually, my first product was like a selfie stick tripod, just like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so got into that, and then now I have the
Yeah.
sticky wallet. Oh fuck, I took it off this phone.
Yeah.
Oh, but this one has it, like these cell phone wallets, and so I
Right.
just started selling my own products, and then
Yeah.
like a year into being out here,
Yeah.
um, like a year after starting my YouTube channel, like one of the, people just started asking in the comments, like all the time, like, how are you fucking doing this?
Yeah.
How are you living in
Yeah.
Thailand?
Yeah.
And then so I was like, Amazon FBA, dude. And then I
Yeah.
wrote this big blog post on my blog, livinthatlife.com, and it got
Yeah.
like pretty good traction. Was like, yeah,
Yeah.
for like a blog post, because the FBA game was pretty relatively new
Yeah.
back then. And
Yeah.
then got a number of requests and emails asking for coaching slash a course that they could learn from.
Yeah.
And then so I made my Amazon FBA course. That
Right.
was
Fair.
2016.
Yeah.
Um, and then yeah, that got me into the Amazon consulting game. And then I
Yeah.
guess just by popular demand, like, any entrepreneur, we want to start the next stream
Yeah.
of income, and then it's just full blown Amazon management from there. That's where the Amazon
Yeah.
management
And it's
agency
funny
came.
how it's funny how now you're sort of doing the consultancy sort of thing, and that's sort of the same way I went as well, because I sort of started.
Mm-hmm.
I think we had similar sort of experiences because I went down the agency way as well, and then I had an
Mm-hmm.
agency, and then so I was doing video editing, and then I was doing like video editing arbitrage, where I was like hiring video editors and like working with YouTubers to like make
Uh
content.
huh.
And then I sort of went down the consultation route as well because I realized that was the best ROI for my time. And
Mm.
eventually, when you find high ticket clients,
Yeah.
your time and your knowledge means the most to them, and they don't care about like who does the actual work as long as
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like you can tell them what to do and
Yeah.
how to set up systems. And I think you're really good at that, like setting up like systems and SOPs and stuff, because I think you think the same way as I do with the Notion stuff, because I'm super into Notion. I think that's such
Oh yeah.
a
Best.
game changer, and it's like something that goes so it's under the radar for so many people. They don't realize the power of it. It's like the reason I can do so many things is because I have Notion as like a brain dump for everything, and I have
Mm-hmm.
systems in place for, it's like I think you're the same way, right? You have the same.
Yeah. Yeah. It's got the yeah. I'm a hyper digital organizer. Yeah, with the
Yeah,
checklists and the
exactly the checklist.
timelines and charts and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
tables and the yeah.
So one fact that always stuck with me, it was my old employer. He used to say the reason that planes are they're so crazy when you think about them, but the reason they're so safe is because they have checklists. That's something cars don't
Yeah.
have. Like the reason that they're so
Yeah.
safe in planes is because they have checklists. Everything they do, so they don't leave it to luck. And I feel like I'm the same way with my sort of lifestyle where I'm like regimented. Sorry, my voice is cracking, but yeah, I'm sort of like regimented with like all the things that I do, and it's all on Notion. And it's like when you have that and you like incorporate a team into that, and you hold everyone accountable to this checklist and all this stuff, it's like you'd be surprised at how many things you can do, right? How efficient you can be, and I think you probably agree the same way. Like the efficiency with that sort of system is crazy.
Yeah, Notion is is the
Yeah,
best.
yeah.
It's the best.
So wait, I want to ask you some questions, right? I wrote down some questions for you because I was like, I want to get some good ones out there. So well, what one actually? How did you end up picking the service that you decided on? Like, how did you end up choosing that over all the other ones and like picking that?
Well, because I was already doing Amazon. Like Amazon was already my career, and so
Yeah,
if I'm gonna do an agency, um, like it wasn't even like I'm gonna do an agency. What am I gonna choose as the service? It was like people are already asking you for Amazon services, so I'm gonna
yeah,
start doing that.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so yeah.
yeah. Okay, and another question I want to ask you, right? So this is one that because usually people talk about how to start off and like how to get into business and all that stuff, right? But what's the one thing that you would sort of tweak in your business strategy when it goes to making like unlocking the 50K per month, basically? Like, how would you unlock that for someone who's already making like 10K and just can't get past that and get onto the next level? Like, what would you tweak in their business? What's usually like the issue or the bottleneck for them?
In the agency game specifically,
Yeah, yeah, the agency game. But what would you say?
um, I think the one of them is like having that rock star on your team, and I call it like duplicating yourself. So finding that other version
Yeah,
of you that's just a fucking wizard that can talk
yeah,
Amazon marketing for days, for hours, to
yeah,
any client, and they know more than 99.99% of people.
yeah,
So um, we were lucky to find that guy. He actually reached out to us, Ryan. Now he's our head guy. Um, and so that's one thing. And then the next thing is just lead generation. Like, do you have enough appointments, leads coming in to
yeah, yeah.
get to 50K?
Yeah, yeah. So that's always my thing as well. It's like delegation is the first thing I look at. I'm like, where can we delegate responsibility so that you can be more free with your time and then use that to leverage more, right? So the thing you said about like having someone like a duplicate of you basically is like, I think people start that process way too late, where it's like they don't hire that someone to look over what you're doing as you grow in your business. You know what I'm saying? Or am I talking?
Someone to look. Oh, you mean like a mentor or something?
Yeah, like say if like when you started out, you had someone like what say when you started doing well, right? You had someone looking at exactly what you're doing and like learning from you. That would have been useful for you, right? In the grand scheme of things, because then you would have had someone that person duplicated already. You would have that person from day one rather than like later
Ah,
on, right?
okay. I see. So then
Yeah,
when you're ready to move on, then they already
exactly,
know how you
exactly.
do
The
everything. They can replace you and you can move on to the next thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So let's switch gears a little bit and then talk about like what's why do you pick Southeast Asia out of like all the places because you can pretty much go anywhere, right? So why do you pick
Yeah.
Southeast Asia? What's the reason?
Well, it actually kind of chose me. Um, and so that's the first thing. So there was a conference. So the course that I got when I started, um, they had their conference in Chiang Mai, and
Mm,
so it kind of shows me. If they had chosen, hey, we're gonna do it in some other place, Mexico, maybe it would
yeah,
have ended up staying there. So
yeah.
yeah, I just came to that conference, and that was 8 years ago. I ended up staying.
So wait, so you've stayed in Southeast Asia the whole 8 years? Then you haven't like left or?
No, yeah, left a lot, and so yeah, I've done stints in Europe,
Mm.
um, and so every month or every year I do a month back home in Seattle. So I travel a lot. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Have you tried the south side of America, like South America, like Brazil,
Like Latin
any?
America, just for briefly, did a week in Medellin,
Okay.
and loved it. And so I know Latin America is a whole nother universe that
Yeah.
I definitely want to get to. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, I'm like I'm on this like because I've sort of lived in both, right? So I've lived in like Southeast Asia, and I've also lived in like I've done like long times in South America as well. And I'm on this wave now of trying to get all my Southeast Asia friends to come to Brazil, and I'm like trying to convince
Yeah.
them with Carnival in February. So if you're down, if you got like February
Yeah.
4th,
Actually, my good
Carnival,
Brazilian friend, um, who happens to be like my DJ coach,
yeah,
is the pretty well known DJ out here, and he's a Brazilian dude. And
yeah.
he was just telling us about Carnival, and we were just looking at flights and
If,
hotels already. So
if you
yeah,
don't
who
believe,
knows? Anyone that's watching this,
yeah, I'm
let's
telling you,
do
if
it,
you don't believe Brazil is the best country in the world, you haven't experienced Carnival in Brazil. That's what I'd say.
dude. I know. I know. I
Yeah,
have many Brazilian friends and
yeah,
hear great things. Yeah.
yeah. Talk to me about DJing. You said you had a DJ coach. That sounds interesting, man. What's that about?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm a thanks to COVID started DJing, and so it's been about a year, and so just house party DJ for
Yeah.
now. But yeah, I've always been into music, so yeah, I love it.
Do you like know any other instruments or anything like that? Like, do you know how to play guitar or something? Or
No, no. Like I did like MIDI production in high school and in middle school. I like used to make beats like keyboard. In college, I
yeah,
had like an MPC drum machine, so I'm like more of like a drums guy and like a MIDI guy.
yeah,
But in terms of
yeah,
like I don't know how to play guitar, but that would be dope.
yeah. One thing I like about your channel, and one thing I think really resonates with a lot of people that watch you, is that you keep it like real all the time, right? Like you're super like
Good.
I'd like watch you, I'd like see you in real life, and you'd be the exact same person as you are on camera, right? That's how I feel, and I think a lot
Yeah.
of guys probably like come up to you and say that. I imagine, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
100%.
yeah. But like one thing about that is like then like how do you deal with that? Do you ever get like a lot of people like coming up to you and stuff like that? Has that like changed your life at all, or how
Do I get a lot of people
I'm
coming up
sure
to
you come
me?
across a lot of guys coming up to you
In
and
Chiang
like
Mai, me and Bam were just talking
yeah,
about this yesterday. If you go to Chiang Mai, then well, like at the Nomad Summit, which is like the fucking, you know,
yeah, yeah,
the mecca of the digital nomads, then yeah, there'll be a good amount of people that have like seen my videos and stuff.
yeah,
And then in public around Bangkok, here or there, um,
yeah,
for sure, and around Phuket, like if you go to like the popular places, like the
yeah, yeah,
popular whatever events or clubs, like here and there, they'll definitely like see a subscriber. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That must be cool though. It must be like a cool experience now. Like, or is it still novel, or is it like are you getting bored of it? Like,
No, no, man, it's novel, man. I mean, I'm not trying to like brush this off or take it lightly or anything. Like it's super
yeah,
fucking dope.
yeah,
Like because like I got into this whole digital nomad thing because of
yeah,
Johnny FD's videos.
yeah,
Like Johnny FD and Jabril's videos, like back in
yeah,
the 2012, 2013.
yeah. I know what you're on
Those are
about.
the guys that like when I first found
Yeah,
Johnny's videos, then Jabril's came up. They were the ones that were talking about Chiang Mai digital nomad,
yeah,
Thailand digital
yeah,
nomad. And so like then I fucking came out and I
yeah,
was like, oh shit, like,
yeah,
and now I'm fucking friends with both of those dudes, and we've done
yeah,
many videos together.
yeah.
And so
What?
now it's like crazy. Now it's like just like flipped on its head, and now I'm passing it on, and like a lot of
Yeah,
guys are like, oh fucking, I came out here because of your videos, and
yeah,
so I can 1000% relate because I was exactly you, and
yeah,
so
yeah,
yeah, that's why I
yeah.
love it. It's super dope.
That's just the nature of it, right? That's just like the process. But the thing is, it's like, what
Hmm.
made you want to like put your face out there and like go out there and like talk to people? What was that? What was the reason for that? Was that like a business decision or like
No, not
what?
at all business decision. So I've always been a creator
Yeah,
type. And actually, before I started the YouTube channel, my first year in Chiang Mai, I was just doing daily
mm,
Snapchat stories. Like
yeah,
before there was Instagram stories, guys. If you remember, it was just Snapchat stories. All right, then Instagram copied it. And then so I would do daily stories and like somehow like got a good following like on Snapchat. And
yeah,
then after a year of doing that, I would get decent engagement on Snapchat. I was like, dude, I should just get a camera and just do this in HD and just put all my
yeah,
like mini daily vlogs on YouTube. And
yeah,
so I got this pocket camera boom. And then
Yeah.
started just, instead of filming shit on my phone every day on stories, I would just like anything interesting, put it here in the camera, and then do one edit, like little vlog per week.
Yeah.
So there's that. Like I've always like it just started like doing vacation videos like anyone else would do,
Yeah.
just like doing
Yeah.
stories and like sharing. So there's that. And then also I've always been a huge fan of travel vloggers, like
Yeah.
the Casey Neistats, the
Yeah.
Jabrils, the
Yeah.
Johnnies, the Fun for Louis,
Yeah.
the
I
yada
think we
yada
have the same
yada,
like we have the same
the High on Life guys. Like I used to
Yeah.
watch those guys and just
I love
fucking
that guy.
dream about being
Yeah.
out here.
Yeah.
And so I, you know, you become a product of what you
Yeah.
consume, and I used to consume travel vloggers all the
Yeah.
fucking time.
Well,
And
I
so
think
it's
that's
just like, you know,
yeah. That's such an important thing as well, though. Talk about the importance of having that like freedom to travel as well, because I think a lot of guys think that, oh yeah, if you just have the money and you like live it and you have like you tie down to a job, that's enough. Like they don't realize that the necessary part of it. Like talk to guys about that.
yeah, I mean, well, it comes down to what you want out of life. What are your priorities? If it's one of your dreams to be able to travel frequently to lots of countries, be able to live in other countries and really immerse yourself in the culture, then you're going to have
Mm.
some sort of remote setup. If that's
Mm.
really important to you, then you're going to figure out a way to make that
Yeah.
happen. If it's
Yeah.
never been a part of your dream to travel and visit a lot of countries and have traveling be a big part of your life, which is not most people, you know, and like you talk to anyone, most people's dream has somewhere travel built into it. But I
Mm.
think the mainstream idea is, oh, we got to push off travel until we're rich or until we're a millionaire or something like that. But boom, 4 Hour Work Week book comes in, and it's a story about the Silicon Valley guy. He was like fucking burnt out. He's like, fuck that. Started traveling, and he realized, oh, I can still manage my company just fine, if not be more efficient, while I'm living in
Yeah.
Argentina, Japan, Southeast Asia, Thailand, Chiang Mai. It
Yeah.
talks about Chiang Mai in the 4 Hour Work Week in 2007. And
Yeah.
so it all comes down to your priorities and how bad you want to be able to live in other countries and travel whenever you want. And if you
Yeah.
do, then you're in luck, because it's never been easier.
Yeah. And what do you recommend for like majority of people then? Do you recommend them starting a business, doing what you did, or do you recommend them like finding a way to become remote with their current job? What's your sort of recommendation?
The most recent video that I just posted is about that exact question. Riley, like, this all sounds good. I want to be remote, but not quite sure what to do. It goes over the 3 categories of digital nomad, and that's remote employee, freelancer, and entrepreneur / have a small online business. And so which one of those is best for you depends on your situation. That's why I have like an ebook on this. Like, read about different options and see what clicks with you. There's no like one size fits all. You should do this. Bunch of people watching. Like, I don't know your situation. Like, so you got to choose what makes sense for you.
And what other like do you have any other like products that people can like buy or like check out from you? Other
So
than
I have my free ebook right now, and that's basically the only thing that I got. And let me actually pull it up. I was gonna
yeah.
look up the share slide right now. Share screen. So I was actually so this is Notion, by the way, guys. It's so sick. So
Let me see
I
it.
do have my Upwork mini. Wait, can you see my screen? Or
Uh,
maybe you gotta put it on.
one sec, let me see. Share screen. Share screen. This is the thing I don't have. This is like the 5th time I've used this. I have no idea how to share screen on
Yeah,
this.
it should be like next to my name. You see another box, and it's got my shared screen there, and then you gotta like switch it on. This is very similar to Restream, the one that I use.
One sec, let me just. So click on your thingy and then solo layout. And then, can you do it now? Is it working?
Well, my screen is already up here. So I click share screen. I pulled up my my window, but I think you need to flip on that window, like bring it forward.
There
There
you
we
go.
go. So
Yeah.
this is Notion, guys, and so I have this is my free ebook, but it's inside of Notion. So in Notion, um, yeah, it's like Google Docs, but you can have pages in pages. You can have drop downs. And
Yeah.
so this is my ebook that's currently free. This is my actually do have an Upwork mini course. So as you can see in here in Notion, you can have pages inside of pages. There can be checklists. And
Yeah.
so I actually did
That's why I love it. Yeah.
I did a free training, like a 1 hour free training that you can maybe look in the description after this. But going over the quick wins of Upwork. So if you're trying to offer freelance services and get clients, Upwork is the biggest freelance platform with over 30 million freelancers, and that was the core of getting my agency to 10K and then 50K. Upwork. And so I've been grinding on Upwork for the past 3 years,
Yeah.
4 years, and so I know so much about it. And
Yeah.
so this is kind of a mini course there.
Yeah.
Um,
And then
and this is my
do you plan to like make
Nomad.
another course as well, or
Do I plan to make other courses?
plan to make like a higher ticket thing, or
I was actually just talking about that yesterday on the podcast. I had another Chiang Mai friend payment over here. I was thinking about what could potentially be a high ticket service that guys are interested in. And so actually, and then I'm also starting a Nomad membership inside of Discord. I'm calling it Nomad Millionaires, and this has been going for about a year. And it's basically I've
yeah,
only kind of invited people that I know so far, and then a few like other people who saw my videos and like DM me about it. But I haven't
yeah,
really promoted it like really
yeah,
big. But it's like active every day, and I'm loving it. Kind of like digital
yeah,
nomads based in Southeast Asia, kind of mastermind community. And so Nomad List is right here. They have a similar one that's like this is like thousands of people, 7,000 people, and they have like a fee to join it, and just talk about all things. Kind of like a big old digital nomad community.
yeah,
Mine's a men only digital nomad community for remote workers, remote
yeah,
professionals based in
yeah,
Southeast Asia. So that's kind of what I'm going to right now. I don't have any high ticket mastermind or anything
yeah,
currently, but I would love to figure something out based on what people want.
yeah, yeah. Well, I've sort of been working in like the manosphere sort of space for the last 5 years. So I've had a lot of experience working with like guys who are like trying to improve themselves and like do self development sort of stuff. And that's
Mm,
sort of what my channel is sort of based on that as well. But I think the reason I sort of came on the scene, or I feel like I have a message, like this is sort of
mhm.
the reason why, underlying reason behind my channel, sorry, is that guys are going down this weird like gamey path of like trying to like get women with these like tricks and stuff, and it's like I sort
Oh,
of promote this other
game, yeah.
side of it. Yeah, the game sort of stuff, right? But I sort of promote this
Uh-huh.
thing of like I think you need to become that man before you think about like the game stuff, right? Like you need to work on
Yeah.
like the things that I think you're like a good example of that, because you're very like well rounded. You know what I mean? You have like
Mhm.
I feel like you
Yeah.
have a good level of fitness. You have a good level of business. You have a good level of game. Like I've seen some of your videos. Like I feel like you understand a lot of these concepts, right? But like it took a while to get there. I feel like, and we've seen your journey on your YouTube channel,
Mm,
and that's why I kind of like you can see the growth. And it's like I've been doing
yep.
sort of the same thing, where it's like I've been recording my progress, because I'm a videographer, right? So my whole life I've
Mm.
just been filming everything since like the age of 18. So it's like just seeing the
Oh,
progress is
nice.
like, yeah. So but this is the thing, it's like a lot guys forget that message of like self-development, right? I feel like nowadays like they're just so distracted with the Web3 and like all the new things that are happening. It's like they just forget there's this whole
Ah,
world of like self-development and improving yourself and like
yeah,
becoming attractive.
exactly. Yeah, be the best you. Be have a balanced life, and yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
What do you think on like masculinity? do you believe in the? Do you think that there's
What's it?
something called? What do you think of like the idea of like toxic masculinity? Have you heard this?
Toxic masculinity.
Yeah, have you heard of this term before?
Oh, that's kind of like the new notion that like men are being too masculine nowadays, or
Yeah,
like,
yeah. It's the notion that like being too masculine is like a bad thing. What do you think about that?
yeah. I mean, obviously not. I mean, if someone is
Yeah,
like, if someone is being negative, like about, like my view is like, if someone's being negative about anything, then like, well, you're wasting your time. Like they're just,
yeah,
I see those people as negative Nancy's. Like, worry about your
yeah,
own shit.
yeah,
There's all sorts of weird cults going all around the world. Like, I'm
yeah,
not gonna take out my time to be like, that's dumb.
yeah, yeah. I get
Like,
you. Yeah.
who
So if
cares?
there was, yeah, if there was like, if there's one thing that you like see guys, like say the age, what guys age between 18 to 25, right? Say if there's one thing that you see a lot of these guys who are growing up, like a mistake that they're making when it comes to either business or life, what would you say? What would you say that one
Uh-huh.
thing is that a lot of these guys are falling like in the trap of, or like they need to something they need to avoid in order to become successful and better version of themselves? What do you think that thing is? You can take a while to think about it because I know
Ooh.
it's a hard question. It's a hard question, but I
Yeah.
really want to
Well,
see
I
how you think.
mean, in this sort of space, obviously I kind of live in my bubble, this kind of like location independent religion, if you want to call it. And so um what I would tell younger version of myself, like, I get out of college, I just wanted to fucking make money. And I think that's a
Yeah,
lot of guys. I just want to fucking make money, and then that's just the purpose. And
yeah,
so now with things like, so I did corporate sales. And so a lot of
mm,
guys, we get into sales, right? Because that's a great way to stack a lot of
yeah,
cash. Corporate sales, or whether it's even getting into finance, or you're like a stockbroker or whatever, real estate, it's all just fucking sales, right? High ticket
yeah,
sales. And so, but now I meet more and more remote sales closers for the remote closing thing, and
yeah,
they're making like $500,000 commissions, like one a day, two a day, sometimes just taking like
yeah,
5 inbound calls. And so that's one thing that I wish I knew specifically in terms of the job world, because I used
yeah,
to do door to door sales, and I kept doing that 2 years after college because it was like, it was good commissions, it was easy,
yeah,
you're on your own schedule. But now, like, I wish I knew remote sales. I would have started doing that at fucking, I would have started doing that in college, because I started doing door to door in the summers in college. I would have
yeah,
started doing that at 19, 20, 21.
yeah,
Um, and and you can do that from anywhere in the world,
yeah,
from anywhere in the world. So there's that one thing. And then a lot of guys I tell, like in your 20s, like, it's for fucking traveling, dude, and trying
yeah,
different shit. So like, you should probably try to be single. All
yeah,
right, that's because that's just one thing that's
yeah,
going to be an excuse to not pursue your dream of travel.
yeah,
And then there's the, like, having a dog, then there's having like a multi-year lease, and then there's like buying a car. Like, I spent a lot of money on a car when I like was making pretty good
yeah,
corporate sales money. Kind of regret that. You can always flip your car, but it's just like one more step that like anchors you down.
yeah,
And so yeah, and then another big thing is like gap year after high school. Americans, we don't know that that's a fucking thing.
yeah,
And so in the UK and Europe and in
yeah,
Australia, it's quite common, or if not more common, for after high school, no, sorry, after college,
yeah,
after high school is done, yeah, before uni,
yeah,
take a year off and then start uni.
yeah,
And so work that year, gap year. A lot of people travel, if you have some money saved up, or if your parents can, like,
help
pay
you
for
out.
you for a year to go
Yeah,
travel or work abroad or something, to have some sort of workforce
yeah,
experience before you jump into committing 4 more years of school.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so I've done many videos about gap year. So that's one thing that I would tell to an
Yeah,
18-year
yeah.
old.
I just think
You
it's
know,
perspective. I think it's so important because it gives you perspective. Like if you travel when you're 18, I did it myself. I took a gap year, and it gave me so. I learned so much just from traveling those 3 or 4 months. Like it taught me so much about the world. It was the first time I ever hitchhiked. It was the first time I worked in a hostel. Like it was so many new things, new experiences
yeah,
that I hadn't experienced,
that's
and I
dope.
was like, wow, and it's so cool because you're like testing out what you can do. And I feel like a lot of my friends didn't get that, and then they didn't ever get the travel bug that I got. I was like, after that, I was like hooked. Even during I
Yeah.
was in uni, but then I'd find any excuse during university to like just take a weekend to Malta or like go somewhere. Like I just love traveling after that,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just yeah, it became an obsession. And then yeah, I think once you have
Mm-hmm.
that, it's like you sort of realize how rich the experience is, and then you
Mm-hmm.
kind of feel bad for people who don't really see it, right? You kind of feel like a
Mm.
little bit like, oh man, I can tell you how amazing it is, and I can like post it on my story, but you're never really gonna
Yeah.
know how it feels to enjoy this sunset
Yeah.
on this beach right now. Like you know,
Yeah.
there's just
Yeah.
some moments like that. Yeah,
Yeah. It's yeah, living in another country. The language is different. It's just
yeah.
for it's just
Do you ever feel
so
Do you ever feel
it's
guilty?
much more stimulating
Yeah. Do you ever feel
than just
guilty?
like your same old city. It's like
Yeah.
get out there and like it just opens your eyes. The world is so big.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you ever feel like I feel this sometimes, right? When like life is really good and you post on your story and stuff, do you ever feel like guilty about it? Like that you're like kind of like showing off a little bit? I feel like that sometimes when I'm like, life's been going good. I just post like normal shit in my life. But then looking back, I'm like, that kind of looks like douchey, but it's just like that's just my life. Like how do you balance that? How do you like
Yeah, no, I don't really feel that, but I've seen this one Instagram meme or something. It was like I'm not posting on my story to fucking make myself look cool. I'm posting on my story because I'm fucking happy and I'm enjoying my fucking life. Now go worry about
yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
And
That's so
so we're posting on our story because we're fucking excited. And so if
yeah,
people have that little negative twist to it that,
yeah,
oh, they're showing off,
yeah.
then that's their own problem.
Yeah. I sort of noticed that, yeah. And it's sort of like, yeah, when you think back to the people that do take that offense to it, it's like, yeah, yeah, you're right, exactly.
It just
Yeah,
means that, they're bummed out that they're probably a little bit too stuck
yeah.
to pursue their dream or whatever. But
Well,
I tell people like it's never too late. Like I don't care. Even if you have, a couple young kids, like as like we see tons of nomadic families and just search it on YouTube. There's a ton of them that are doing vlogs, and they're
mm,
we all go to touristy places and we see that couple and they're pushing their little baby in the stroller, and
yeah,
there's no situation that is not possible now.
yeah. There's no excuse anymore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anything that you think is not possible, just search it on Google or YouTube, and there's someone doing a video or a blog about it, and they're gonna they're already doing it, and so
yeah. And not
there's no
only is
excuse. There's you,
yeah, not only is someone already doing it, but someone is already doing it on the literal platform that you're on right now, and you can learn how to do it on that same platform. Like you can learn anything on YouTube, and literally all it comes down to is a matter of trial and error, and carry on learning and keep on adding skills, and then one day you're just gonna have enough skills and have enough experience to make something work. Like all it was, like for you and for me and for everyone, all it was trial of something like a product. For you is the digital product. For me it was like my videography business, for example. You try it out, you see what works, see what doesn't work, you get rid of shit that doesn't work, carry on doing the shit that works, and eventually you have like a refined product where it's like you know exactly what your offer is. But that only comes after going through the shit, right? But most people just don't want to go through the shit. They're like, nah, I'm just happy on this step here, and they don't want to like make the mistake. And then because people have this thing that like making mistakes is bad, but like you need to make mistakes, you know.
yeah, yeah. It's a real life learning experience, and yeah, it's funny. It's like people go to university to learn, right? To get skills and experience, but you come out of that in debt. There's no way you're going to make money from college. And
Yeah,
so it's
I
like
think
I tell people
I
all the
think
time,
most
like
that.
go,
Yeah,
it's
that's a
like
scam.
instead of that, you could go start your own small online business,
Yeah,
e-commerce or whatever you want it to be, and then you're going to make money from that. And even if, though it doesn't, maybe it doesn't catch on and make you a lot of money, maybe it fizzles out. At least you didn't go
bro,
50 or 1,000 or $200 in debt. At least you like broke
I
even. And
thought
then, so
about
that
that.
was, don't view it
Yeah,
as a loss. View it as that was just a
yeah,
1 year real life education, launching
yeah,
that, Amazon FBA business that didn't take off. Let's say you even lost 10K. It's like you actually got more experience in business by starting your own e-commerce shop than you probably 4 years of
yeah,
business school, which you paid a
yeah.
100,000 for, and that's all like general outdated information. You're gonna learn everything by doing your small online business as an entrepreneur, as a solopreneur, copywriting, photography, customer service, sourcing, branding, like
I learned all those things
the,
without a degree.
yeah,
I learned all those things without a degree, just because
yeah,
I did stuff. And I think there's a
mm-hmm.
severe lack of people putting in effort now. That's what I think. I think there's just a generation of people just on their phones and like on TikTok just scrolling
Hmm.
and not pushing themselves, man. And I'm really scared that that continues. That's why I think it's even more important for guys like you and guys like me to push this message of like get out there, go do something, you know,
Hell yeah.
and
Well, I think,
yeah,
probably most of those, if someone's watching this, they're probably pretty ambitious, and
I hope
not one of
so.
those people, but the cream will rise to the top, and not everyone is born to be a leader or an entrepreneur or a hustler, and the people scrolling TikTok, they can go buy my product. You know,
Yeah, man.
they can
How
buy
long are
my
you?
they can buy my phone wallet.
Yeah, yeah. How long are you supposed to be on for? By the way, do I have a cut off period? Cut off time to.
No, you're good, man. I mean, I'm my own boss. Shit.
Jeez, fair
But
enough,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
Fair enough.
up to an hour is fine.
Yeah, yeah. So whereabouts? Well, I'm trying to think of like some questions that you haven't been asked before. Can I Well, I'm gonna ask you this. I asked this in a recent I did a video going out to the public in the UK, and I went out and asked some questions, some thought provoking questions. So I wanna ask you some
Nice.
of them and see what you think. So
Please.
some of them, so the topics are like women's rights, men's rights, and stuff like that. So the first question is, do you think it's hypocritical that we tell, like, parents tell their sons to avoid gold diggers, but then tell their daughters to find a man who's going to take care of them?
Do I think it's hypocritical?
Yeah.
Mm,
Do you understand the question? Should I repeat it or?
yeah, I understand the question.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards not so much because because the man is like always meant to take care, and so it kind of does make sense in some way
But
for the
is it?
women to
But
go to
why
be
is a
taken
man?
care of. I got no
Why
problem with
is
that.
why is a man meant to take care of anyone? Is that a responsibility?
Um,
Is that like
well, I
a
think it's probably like human nature, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah? But like, do you
Like,
think that there's like it's a little bit? I don't know, because there's a I think there's a tendency in society to um. Well, I'll ask you this then. So, do you think there's a difference between sexism and racism?
between
These are
sexism and
these are some deep
racism.
questions. So if you don't want to get into them, like we can totally skip and talk about something else.
No, I
I
like
just
deep questions, but I've never been asked
yeah,
this before. A
yeah.
difference between sexism and racism.
Well, is one
Um,
better than the other? I'll put it that way. Is one better than
is
the
one
other?
better than the other?
Yeah.
I mean,
Are
these
they both?
things
Yeah.
are they're both um
It's like discrimination, right?
perceptions. Yeah. Like, are you talking
Discrimination.
in a way of like in like
Yeah. So
societal
yeah, society,
like passive
yeah.
discrimination.
Yeah, well, basically the point of the question is so sexism and racism generally they're both seen as discrimination, right? Of like something you can't control. So sex and race, whatever, right? So if it's true that they're both as bad as each other and not like one's not better than the other, like sexism is just as bad as racism, which is generally accepted, right? Racism is just as bad as sexism. They're both bad and harmful for society. Then, well, the question becomes, why is it that some things that are racist are accepted and some things that are sexist aren't? So, for example, why is it that you can say to a black man you're not black? Sorry, why is it to a man you can say you're not man enough, but then you can if you say that
Mm,
to a if you say to a black man you're not black enough, that's a problem. Like, you know what I mean?
mm,
I find it
mm.
hard to explain this, but like it's
Yeah,
you know
I
yeah
mean, yeah, it's interesting. It's like I was so there's this thing where maybe I saw this on YouTube, but he was making the point that like uh, there's like there may be there is some like passive. It's just the way it is. Some passive discrimination, whether it be based on sex or based on race, color of skin, or how you look, right? So if it's,
yeah
for example, if it's like a construction job and a woman comes in to apply for the construction, that's going to be like a little bit weird, like, and maybe they won't get the job because it's like, well,
yeah
maybe they're plenty strong, but it's just they're going to be looked at a little bit different, and
yeah
that's just kind of the way it is, kind of natural reaction. And then
yeah
so maybe some um, the way someone looks, they make it looked at or treated a little bit different because their race. Like if, like say, if I walk into, a majority black neighborhood, like in the hood, like
yeah
I actually knocked doors in the hood
yeah
of Charlotte, North Carolina, like in the fucking
yeah
hood, pit bulls and
yeah
shit all around, and like, yeah, I'm gonna get looked at
yeah
like, what the fuck is this fucking white kid doing walking down the street with his fucking clipboard? And so it's just like, but yeah, that's expected. It's kind of just like natural reaction, how it is, not bad or good. It's just is what it is. And then
yeah
this person was making the point of there's other things based on appearance that people get discriminated all the time, such as being fat, being
yeah
ugly, and being really good looking. You get positive discrimination in a great
mm,
way. You have an advantage
yeah
versus someone that's ugly. It's not
yeah
bad or good. You can't do anything about it. It's just the way it is. If
yeah
you're coming in,
yeah
you're ugly, you're less likely to get the job. Studies have shown if you're good looking, you're more likely
yeah
to get the job.
yeah
If you're fat, you're less likely to get the job. If you're not, maybe you're more likely. And so there's many forms of discrimination that are based on physical things. And that's a whole form of psychology, whether it's good or bad, but it
yeah
just
yeah
is the way it is. And all we can hope for is um,
yeah
people don't treat it's just people treat people with respect.
yeah
That's all that we ask for. Don't be disrespectful, and don't be don't be hateful,
yeah
obviously.
yeah. So someone asked in the comments about the Digital Nomad Summit. Will you be returning? It's Ron from Phuket.
Will it be returning, says Ron. We just talked about this yesterday, and I was wondering that too, and I looked
Mm,
it up recently. Nomad Summit 2023, and um you know what? I do not know, Ron. You'll have to look that up and let me know. I have not seen any update of it coming back, but I next week on the 30th of November we'll be going to Affiliate World Conference in Bangkok. It's just a conference.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, that's all I know.
yeah. So what? So let's talk like future now. Like, where do you see yourself then in like 5 years? What do you plan on doing? Are you just still gonna be making YouTube videos or writing?
Um,
I'm sure you have a Notion page on that.
yeah,
Like
I
five.
mean, having a like making $1 million a year, like from a podcast or for a YouTube channel, just like talking about shit that you like talking about, like that's a fucking dream job. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And so yeah, I would love that.
yeah. That's dope. Do you,
You
do you
know,
do you know people that have done that, by the way?
I mean,
Like, do you have friends that have like
not personal friends, but I mean, it's
Fair enough.
possible because we see the gods of podcasting, like famous ones.
Dude, it's very possible even without, I think the like I think you'd be very surprised at how achievable that is actually, to make 1 million from a
Yeah,
YouTube
make
channel.
100K a month. Yeah, profit
Yeah.
100K a month from a.
Yeah,
I mean, there's tons of you. I mean, if you have 1 million subscribers, then yeah, there's many ways you could. But yeah, I would love that. I would love to profit 100K a month from just from my channel / podcast. That would
yeah,
be a dream. And it's like the center of the Ikigai Venn diagram. What you love doing. Okay, I love this lifestyle of talking about it. What people want to learn about. What's
yeah,
in demand. Okay, there's a lot of demand of like knowledge around this type of lifestyle, and then what you can get paid for. And you can figure that out, and people are already paying to join my Nomad membership, and then the ebook and all that. You can
yeah.
just figure out ways to provide value in the form of whether it's sponsors, digital products, services, masterminds, memberships, whatever it is, and monetize your
Would you
YouTube
say
channel / podcast.
would you say like traveling like saved your life? Would you go as far as to say that? For me, I'd say yeah.
Yes.
I'd say yeah, it did.
Yeah.
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 And I think that just goes to show like how important it is, right? But yeah, I'll let you carry on. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's like I'm definitely living my best life. Like if you just look, let's just assume, back in my corporate sales job world, I was chubby, no sun, and not fired up about life. And so you got to find that area, that thing that you're just fired up about, and whether it's traveling the world or whatever it is. I mean, that's what the kind of thesis of 4 Hour Work Week is he says pursue what excites you.
Yeah.
But first of all, you got to have more free time, and so use internet apps, platforms, VAs, to automate as much as your business as you can, so you can hopefully work only 4 hours a week, right? And then spend most of your time doing what excites you, doing your hobbies, start passion businesses, and that type of stuff. So
yeah. And I think that's such a big thing, man, because that's so fulfilling, right? When you actually have the time and the freedom to do things you've always wanted to do. Like you talked about, like the DJing thing, right? That's something that you've thought about doing. And for me, it's like I thought about other things that I want to start learning, but it's like I can't wait to get to those places where I'm gonna have the freedom in my business, where I'm earning that much money, and then I can just go off and like spend 6 months in Thailand and just learn how to like fight Muay Thai and like do all those things that you want to do. Like, but you can still do all those things during it as well. I feel like, but guys,
yeah,
you can still travel during that. Like I'm thinking about places where I'm most optimized to work, and like because this is another thing, right? Like I've noticed as well when it comes to traveling, it can be like a double-edged sword, because you can also get into this mindset of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna travel to Bali and be productive, and then it just turns into like a crazy party thing where it's like for 2 months you don't realize like you slowly slipping into this like friend, like you know what I mean? It's like guys can easily like fall off that digital nomad path and like go back into holiday mode. How do you like stay on the path then? How would you help those guys?
Yeah, I would if you guys watching want to go deeper into this, I had a 2-hour podcast that was just posted, me and Matt Laker. We talk all about this, and he's like all about this exact question about
I'll put
falling
all your
into a
stuff
mode
there.
of awesome. Yeah, falling into a mode of like going out every night, and like how do you control it if you're in a place that has nightlife going on every night, like Bali, like Phuket, like Bangkok. And at the end of the day, I'm like, fucking, it's up to you, dude. Like, what the fuck you want me to say? It's your life. Fucking take control. Jesus. If you're fucking falling off the rails, then that's your own fucking problem. But I mean, yeah, in general, that can happen in any city. You're living in Seattle, New York, any major city, London, there's going to be nightlife every night. And so, it's just this not a digital nomad thing. This is just a life thing.
Yeah.
But for me, the kind of thesis of what I was talking about that in the episode is just like, I just use the weekends. I use the weekends like normal people, and so go out and party on weekends. Um, but occasionally there'll be a weekday thing that I can go and do it, and that's why we do what we do. That's why we choose to be our own boss and do our own thing, so we can go out and get fucked up on a Wednesday if we want to, and then block our calendar out on Thursday because we're the boss. And so you can do that. And so, but in general, I mean, yeah, like let's say you're getting into a friend group and they're going out every night, like on the weekdays. Like obviously, probably going out every night on the weekdays is not good for productivity. But hey, if you want to do that and you can still get your shit done, then that's why we do what we do. Anyways, let's say you only need to work 2 days a week, and then a lot of online businesses maybe you do. And so congratulations, like you're doing what you want to do.
Yeah, I think the main thing is you get your work done, right? That's what it always comes down to. And that's with everything. You get the work done even when you don't see the results, right? Even when you're not seeing the progress, it's like just doing it every day and getting the reps in. And then that's the most important part, and that's the crux of it all. Talk to me about the dating scene in Southeast Asia and how it compares to like the West, like how it compares to the US.
Yeah, and I always remember Jabril's quote. He's like, basically, you come out, if you're a 7 at home, you're gonna be an 8 out here. If you're a 6 at home, you're gonna be a 7 or 7.5 out here. But hey, if you suck talking to girls at home, you're gonna suck talking to girls out here. And so, I would say that's the summary.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Living in any country, because there's always a certain segment of the population that's into foreigners, and same thing with in the US. Like there's a certain segment of guys that are into foreign girls, and so they're going to be really going after the foreign girls living in America. And then so on the flip side, in any other country. So
do you think girls can be a distraction to business? Like how much do you think that the girls impact business growth?
I mean, anything can be a distraction. Like picking up DJing can be a distraction. Meaning, is that going to start sucking away time from my more important activities? So life is all about your priorities in your situation and your goals. Like, what is your goal? And so, outline those goals and then prioritize your time to make that happen.
Yeah, I think that's another big thing for me as well. Like another big thing. That's one of the reasons why I love Notion as well, because of journaling. It's made journaling so much easier. It's so pain free, and also it's allowed me to have that in my mind every single day. Like I have a part in my journal where it's like, what are your 3 goals, and then what are you doing every day to achieve that? And I'm writing in actively every single day. What's my goal? I'm writing that in, like, and then I'm saying my goal is, and then how am I achieving it? I'm doing this thing. I'm like, and it's like every single day, if you hold yourself accountable over a long enough period of time, there's no way that's not going to be effective in achieving your goal. Because what happens most of the time is if someone will have a goal in their head for like 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, but like after the 8th week or 9th week, you're going to forget, or life's going to change a little bit, and you're going to start and then like 12 months go by and you're like, wait, I had a goal of like doing that, and it's like I'm like 17 kgs heavier now, and it just happened. Life just happened, right? But if you have a checklist every day of like, okay, I need to do this is my goal, and it's like, okay, I need to do this to get that, it's like, why wouldn't you achieve it if you just hold yourself accountable to that every single day?
See it every day.
And another thing is like, another thing is like, people have this, I think, like we were talking about earlier, like you have friends that like motivate you to like go do like partying and stuff like that during the weekday. But it's like, I think the biggest thing that most people get wrong, it's especially young guys, but I see it with everyone. It's like the victim mentality, right? The idea that like the world's holding me down, and I think that's what's gonna keep a lot of people unhappy, because they'll never really be able to because the only way you can be happy is if you're accountable for what you're doing, right? So taking ownership of everything that happens in your life, that's the only way to be happy, because then it's like you control everything. If you just say,
Yep.
"Oh yeah, fate controls me," and the reason I can't make an
Yeah.
online business, the reason I can't go travel to Thailand is because of this. Because we've shown you on YouTube how to do it. There's plenty of videos showing your guides show you exactly how you can live off 1,500
Mm-hmm.
USD in Thailand. Like, you know what I mean? All of the stuff that you need is already there. It's just a matter of doing it. But most people will come up with an excuse like, "Oh no, it's because I've got this or I've got that," and it's like, well, you can carry on having those excuses, but you're still going to be unhappy. Like,
Yeah.
nothing can solve that for you. Like, the only way you can solve that is putting the actual work in, get rid of the excuses. Like, it's just
Yep.
it's forward once you.
That's the basis of yeah,
Yeah,
self-development. It's like step one in the seven highly effective habits of seven habits
yeah,
of highly effective people. It's like, yeah, I realize that you are 1,000% in control of your own destiny,
yeah,
and every outcome is your responsibility and only yours. And so
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Exactly, man. Cool, man. Do you have any like I like to end on like quotes. Do you have any like famous quotes that you like love to like live by, or can you drop us some quotes to end the
Um,
stream and final
hold
words and
on.
stuff?
Maybe I can pick one up.
You have a Notion thing of page of quotes.
Maybe. Hold on.
I actually do
Uh,
have that. I actually have that.
yeah. Hold on.
Okay, I'll give the audience one that I like. Right,
Yeah, give me one. Yeah.
this is one of my favorite ones.
Mm-hmm.
People always people underestimate what they can achieve in 10 years and overestimate what they can
Ah.
achieve in 20. That's the one of the
10 years.
Have you
Oh,
heard that one?
I heard that same quote with 3 years.
Well, same thing though, right? It's the
Mm-hmm.
it's
People
the
overestimate what they can achieve in 1 year, but
yeah,
underestimate what they can achieve in 3
yeah.
or 10.
That's
Yeah, 1,000% definitely about 10.
yeah. Because it's like once you have a 10-year view outlook on life, once you're thinking like, what am I going to be like
Mm-hmm.
in 10 years? And you're doing things today to affect that 10-year later you, then it's like the game changes, because then it's like you're in a different ball game, right? You're just
Mm-hmm.
competing on a different level, because most people are thinking in like 1 year spans. They're just thinking, okay, I'm going to try this new business. If it doesn't work for a year, I'm going to give up, and
Yeah.
then just go through that
Like
cycle.
quarterly planning or yearly
Yeah,
planning, but yeah,
yeah,
100% that set that 3 years. That's when shit
exactly.
like really
Yeah,
changes, and when you can completely flip your life around like in
I'm
three
a
years. I mean,
we're
sometimes
examples.
as soon as one, but
Yeah, we're examples of that. Like, you did it, I think 3.5 years, right? For your whole to get to
with
50K
my
ish.
agency, yeah, like I built it to a 50K a month agency in 3 years. And some guys have done it faster.
Yeah,
But you know, it's not bad.
nah, not bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's not. But
And so, in terms of the quotes,
yeah,
um,
hit me.
I would just say. So I used to have an Instagram page of 4 Hour Work Week quotes that I would like when I was really like into the book.
Yeah,
I made my own page, and just post quotes. This is like in the 13. Oh, there's Nomad Summit,
do
and
you ever like
so
go through your Google Photos and just like look at old you and then think how much you've changed? Am I the
oh
only one that
man,
does
yeah,
that?
my Google Photos goes back.
Yeah,
Like I
me as well.
started that in maybe
Yeah,
2010, somewhere around there. But yeah,
yeah.
Google Photos is the best. Like my whole you've been life vlogging too since 18. How old are you
I'm 25,
now?
so yeah,
Okay, you're
7.
just 25.
Yeah,
Nice. So yeah, I've been pretty much life vlogging for a similar amount of time.
yeah. It's,
Um,
it's nice to have that archive, man, because you can see the growth.
yeah, in terms of quotes, I would just tell people like I
Yeah, it
love
doesn't
the
need to be.
audiobook of the 4 Hour Week book, 4 Hour Week book, 4 Hour Work Week.
That was a new language.
Um, and then yeah, this is kind of like digital nomads call it the Digital Nomad Bible. And then obviously I got I got my Nomad guide here. I've been
Yeah.
adding to this, like, kind of the basics for,
Yeah.
questions that the guys ask me about getting started, different business models, and all that. So
Yeah, man, that's dope. Yeah,
yeah,
that's awesome, bro. Well, yeah, thanks for coming on, bro. I really appreciate your time. It was amazing to talk to you and pick your brain for an hour. Is there any final
yeah.
words that you have for the one viewer at the moment?
uh,
Well, there's gonna be people
I
watching.
think
So
they already know. Like, use an excuse as a conference. Someone asked about the Nomad Summit. Just go find another conference that's out here. And so there's always conferences coming up. So yeah, find the
yeah,
next one and come. And then that's a great way to make the jump out here, because you immediately make tons of Facebook friends at the very least all at once, and people who are in this similar boat, similar path. Maybe a lot of them are probably coming out indefinitely, so you can meet a lot of friends. Boom, all at once if you just come out for a conference.
yeah, and yeah, appreciate you again, man. Thanks for coming on. I'm gonna have all of Riley's stuff in the description and his course as well. It's gonna be in the description. So anyone watching this on playback, yeah, you can get it there. But yeah, thanks again, Riley. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
See
thanks,
you
bro.
yeah, yeah. Take care, bro. See ya.